Anyway, time for our viewer outrage segment. Should we raise the retirement age to 68? So here's what you said, Richard. The Social Security retirement age should be left alone. It's a myth that we are living longer. But Michael counters absolutely. Social Security age should be even higher and indexed to life expectancy. Okay. Joining us now, Mike Papantonio, attorney and co-host of Ring of Fire radio show. Also Bernard Whitman from Whitman Insight Strategies. Bernard, start with you. Raising the retirement age 2 years over the next 60 years. Is that doable?
Larry, of course we should raise the retirement age. It's the minimally responsible action that we can take to ensure solvency of this program almost through the rest of the century. Americans today are living longer, healthier lives than ever before, spending far more time in retirement. Many retired Americans continue to work and earn income well into their 70s and even 80s. And since 1940, when this program started paying out benefits, the average life expectancy at age 65 has gone up nearly 6 years, but the retirement age has only gone up 1 year. I mean, Larry, we have got a 1930s-style retirement system in place in this country for a 21st century workforce. It's basically the equivalent of running an office today with a bunch of people sitting around smoking cigarettes, banging on typewriters. It makes no sense.
Like Mad Men. It's scary. It seems like a no-brainer here, but Mike, I know you're going to disagree, so go ahead.
Well, they're not on typewriters. What they're doing is flipping hamburgers at McDonald's. They're working as greeters in big box stores so they can make a living. 52% of the American workforce has no pension program at all. 31% say that they don't even have savings for retirement. Here's what's happening in America right now. There is a generational divide. And what happened is in this last election, you had the over 65 crowd showing up at the polls. And you know what their message was? We don't want to pay taxes. What they were really saying was, we don't want to pay for education because our children are grown. We don't want to pay for roads and bridges. But what they got caught up in that is, in not paying taxes, there's not going to be enough money for Social Security. It's going to be stripped away. Medicare is going to be stripped away. There's no reason that people should have to work until they're 70 years old. Right now in France, as a matter of fact, you have riots taking place because people are complaining it's being moved from 60 to 62. If you don't think that that's possible in this country, it is possible.
Bernard,
the real victim is the 18 to 25-year-olds.
I had that conversation with someone yesterday. Do you think if we raise the Social Security age, we're going to see senior citizens out there in the street breaking windows?
No, I mean, the fact is most Americans, 60+% of Americans who are not retired, don't believe they're going to get benefits anyhow. We finally got a common sense proposal here on the table that's going to ensure that they actually will get benefits. People should support this, and the truth is, actually, Americans are living far healthier lives, but they're retiring earlier. It doesn't make any sense. It actually would be in our net national interest to encourage people to work a little longer if they can, and there's going to be a hardship exemption for people who can't work past 62.
What's wrong with that, Mike? How can you disagree with that? Fundamentally, that makes sense, right?
Because it's not accurate. That's how I can disagree with it. There is no such thing left anymore as the golden years. People aren't living in retirement communities playing shuffleboard. They haven't loaded up in their camper. They're not traveling around America. If you look at the statistics, people are having to work 2 jobs after they retire just so they can pay their bills. That's not an America I'm proud of. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that Obama would even be thinking about it.
The issue here, there's a lot of people playing shuffleboard, my friend. The issue is the government is run out of money. The government is going broke.
Right,
the government
because
is
we've
bankrupt.
given millionaires tax cuts.
That is just a little pea in a pod. Bernard, address that. Bernard, I want to say on the record, Bernard, Erskine Bowles, I'm going to give credit to Erskine Bowles and Al Simpson for putting some great stuff on the table. I don't agree with all of it.
But you should be embarrassed.
Bernard Whitman, Larry, let me just talk. Stop filibustering. Bernard, I want you to get in. Somebody's got to speak in praise of this commission. They are moving in the right direction. This whole election was fought over the need to cut spending. What do you think here?
I absolutely agree. I mean, finally, we've got common sense approaches to rein in spending here. $1 in $5 goes to defense. There's going to be cuts there. $1 in $5 goes to Medicare. Cuts there. $1 in $5 goes to Social Security. I mean, we're not talking here about let's end the earmarks, which is going to save $16 billion. We're talking about real efforts that are going to actually trim the federal budget deficit and rein in spending. I mean, Americans are living healthier lives. They can actually work, and people want to work.
We got to go, guys. Thanks for a very spirited debate on both sides.